The Tale of Zalika, the Runaway Bride of Zalika. In the vibrant city of Zalika, nestled within the heart of Africa, there lived two women whose beauty was as renowned as the city's sunsets, Eposi and Shura. Best friends since they could toddle, they shared everything, from spicy jollof rice recipes to the colorful fabrics they loved to drape themselves in. Now, Zalika had its fair share of suitors and charmers, but none as wealthy or as baffled in matters of the heart as Nkwenti and Dikum. Nkwenti was a man whose smile could make the local market women forget the price of tomatoes, and whose wealth was as vast as the savannah. Both Eposi and Shura had caught his eye, and his heart was a pendulum swinging between them. Eposi's love for Nkwenti was as deep as the roots of the ancient baobab tree, silent yet steadfast. Shura, on the other hand, didn't have an ounce of affection for the man. Her heart was more inclined to adventure and mischief than to romance. Yet she played the part of a love-struck maiden with such flair that even Nollywood actresses would take notes. The city was alive with gossip over who Nkwenti would choose. The elders sipped palm wine and chuckled over games of draughts, placing bets and shaking their heads at the folly of youth. Finally, the friends agreed to a challenge, a game of wits, with a dash of humor to keep the spirits high. The winner would marry Nkwenti. The loser would leave Zalika to seek her fortune elsewhere. The challenges were as unpredictable as a rainstorm in the dry season. There were riddles that made the wise scratch their heads, cooking contests that ended in laughter and sauce-stained dresses, and dance-offs that left the audience's sides aching from laughter. Through it all, the bond between Eposi and Shura held strong, but as luck, or perhaps fate, would have it, Shura's cleverness won the day. Wedding preparations began, with the entire city pitching in. Tailors sewed, drummers practiced, and cooks stirred pots large enough to bathe a baby elephant. The wedding day arrived with pomp and pageantry. Shura, adorned in a gown made of Ankara material and sprinkles of diamond that shimmered like the scales of a Nile perch, stood beside Nkwenti under the baobab tree. But as the griot began to tell the couple's story, weaving words like an intricate kente cloth, Shura's conscience pricked her like a rogue thorn. She glanced at Eposi, whose smile was as fragile as a spider's web, and then at Nkwenti, who looked like a man who'd found a python in his pot of soup rather than a bride at his side. The humor of the situation was not lost on her, and she almost chuckled at the absurdity of it all. Just as they were about to say their vows, Shura's guilt bubbled over. In a move that would have made the most seasoned antelope jealous, she bolted from the altar, her wedding train kicking up a cloud of dust that would have put the Harmattan to shame. The crowd erupted into chaos, some laughing at the sheer audacity, others gasping at the scandal. Nkwenti's mouth hung open, a comical O of surprise that soon turned into a knowing grin. As Shura dashed away from the wedding altar, her heart pounded with guilt, urging her to confess the truth. Startled by the sudden chase, Nkwenti, now her husband-to-be, pursued her, desperation etched on his face. Feeling the weight of her deception, Shura halted abruptly, turning to face Nkwenti with tear-filled eyes. She confessed, her words tumbling out in a rush, revealing that her affections didn't lie with him, but with her dearest friend, Eposi. It was then that Nkwenti recalled overhearing another friend of Shura, revealing her true feelings about the situation to her mother, and it suddenly all made sense. Though shocked by the revelation, Nkwenti's belief in the honesty of Shura's confession was unwavering. Understanding her motives, he forgave her and acknowledged the depth of Eposi's love for him. In an unexpected turn, Nkwenti graciously stepped aside from the union, recognizing that the true bond lay between Eposi and himself. With newfound clarity, Nkwenti and Eposi sealed their love in a heartfelt ceremony that resonated with the city of Zalika, marking the beginning of their journey together, leaving Shura to pursue her beloved adventures. And so, the city of Zalika continued to thrive, its people forever enchanted by the tale of two friends, a wealthy suitor, and a wedding that was anything but ordinary.